so I get it, and it's like there's a lot of challenges with that business as well, and I think a lot of it probably is similar with wine or with versus spirits. I mean, there's a lot of different things, but talking about the doing your own grapes, when did you first have your first batch of those? What's the challenges there? I mean, you mentioned a bad frost. I mean, there's obviously different seasons are different. You can't predict the weather, but walk me, and it also seems like a lot of hard work. I mean, it's farming, right? So walk me through the process of making your own, growing your own grapes and what's all involved there and the challenges.
So my dad bought 64 acres of organic apples and pears because his life dream was to grow or live on a farm, retire there, and grow all his own food. And a large percent of these apples had been planted as red delicious apples, which don't really sell all that well anymore. So he had a bunch of land to work with, chop down the apple trees and plant something else. And so he was looking for something else to plant. A friend of his grew Pinot Noir and made wine and said, "Hey, if you plant Pinot Noir, I'll buy all the grapes from you. No brainer, plant Pinot Noir." So 3 years in, he got a crop of grapes and offered them to sale for the guy who said he'd buy them. The guy said, "I don't want them till the fourth year. The grapes will be more mature, better wine, but I'll show you how to make wine in the meantime. You could do it this year and then sell me the rest of the grapes from now on." And my dad realized that the winemaking is like 10% of the labor when it comes to like making wine and growing your own grapes. So that was the impetus for him continuing to make wine. So that said, I was 11 years old, getting taught work ethic, hating it, working in the vineyard all the time as a kid during the summers. And it's pretty insane. Like that time period obviously goes by quick for me. I don't care. But now we've started planting a new vineyard, and it's pretty insane to plant a vineyard and expect to make money off of it. It's such a long time process. So 3 years, you get a tiny crop if you're lucky. We planted this new vineyard, had a horrible frost, only 20% for survival rate. So
Mm.
extended a whole nother year and replanting. A little bit more issues, extend a whole nother year for some of them. So 3 years in, we are barely close to getting a crop out of this new vineyard. It'll realistically be 5 years total before we get anything serious, maybe six. And then you have 2 years of waiting on the wine to age. So 8 years in to get a single return on this piece of land that you invest a ton of money into plant grapes. So thus the buying grapes from other people. And thus it takes a long time to establish a new wine region and figure out what works well there. So it's kind of insane to me, looking back.
Yeah, man.
Like, I'm glad I did it kind of in a naive mindset because just went for it and it's worked out. But the process of starting a vineyard, especially planting new grapes, is kind of insane, long time horizon. But if you're doing it for something that you want to just do for the rest of your life, like you might as well. There's no reason not to get on that path started now.